Good day, Sail Wars fans. I'm Sandy Pondwater coming to you from the EC12 Nationals in the Villages in the great state of Florida, where they will be racing EC12s today. Let's get to meet our sailors.
I'm Alex, sail number 105. Hoping that I sail as good as I did, yesterday and the first day. Biggest rival is probably my dad, typically, and just trying to do the best I can today.
Hi, my name's Dave. My sail number is 05 from Annapolis, Maryland. And just want to sail consistently, stay out of trouble.
Day. I'm from the Woodlands, Texas. My sail number is 10, and I'm having a blast. I wish there was more wind like Texas.
I live locally in the Villages. My number is 14. I have 14 on all my boats. My biggest rival here is the guy that's probably going to win it, Peter. Good, yeah, number 14. Second is Alex, lovely young lad, he's son of David. My wife is my other competitor over here. She stole my reserve boat, and hers is also called Ratbag. I think that is my nickname. So look it up on Google, and you'll see what they talk about. Okay.
My name is Liz. My sail number is 217, which coincidentally is Liz upside down. So I'm happy sailing with that. I have a great time here. Enjoying every minute. Hope to repeat what happened on the first day, which is that I have a win. So a first place again will be an absolute treat.
My jib number is 187. This is my actual first regatta, so I'm learning so much from the first 2 days, and I'm looking forward to learning some more today.
Good morning, my name's John. This is my boat number 45. It's an EC12. My biggest rival really is me out here, because the game is like a chess game, and you just have to put yourself in a good spot and stay out of trouble with people and not get tangled and things like that. And if you can do that, you can have a good chance to finish in the money. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I've worked myself up through the fleet a little bit yesterday, and I'm in 5th, and I've got a chance maybe to get a 4th if I have a good day. It'll be fun.
My name is Doug. My jib number is 49, and as well as my partner over there, Rick, my biggest competition is me. I'm new to this, so I probably the biggest thing I'm getting out of this entire event is being able to watch the guys that really do it well, so I can try to emulate that moving down the road.
Good morning, my name is Rick. I'm with jib number 35. My chief rivals, myself. I've not had a very good regatta. I've had a couple of failures and masting and just rigging issues, but otherwise I'm here to have a great time and look forward to just going after it, because I only have one way to go, up.
I'm Joe Walter. 24 is my boat number.
What's the matter with you?
I'm the class secretary
What's the matter with you?
for the EC12 class, at least for the next 4 hours, in which I will be retiring. Yay!
What's the matter?
And I sailed very badly, but I enjoyed the heck out of it. And next time I'll do better.
Okay, I'm Frank. This is boat number 69. I call it Magic. I've been doing this for about 5 years. Today my biggest competitors are going to be the guys from my home club, which are Tom Phillips and Joe. And pretty much so, the one thing I like about this boat is that I've decided that every time I win or get into a fleet, I'm going to make a donation to St. Jude, and I have St. Jude on my cover. Other than that, it's just a fun sport.
Hi, my name's Tom. I'm from St. Augustine, Florida. My jib number is 65. I've been doing this since like 1978, which made me make me the oldest one around here doing it.
Good morning. My name is George. Sail number on my boat is 2200. It's a big number, so I can kind of identify my boat, because it has bigger numbers than other boats, but I still miss it sometimes. And really enjoy the sailing, competitors, people, and the challenges, setting up the boat and trying to sail it well. The biggest enemy is me, making mistakes.
And what was your?
I've been doing this for 15 years, I'm 84 years old, and I hope I can keep doing it. Thank you.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Scott. My sail number is 74. My goal today is to stay in the A fleet. Thank you.
Let's go racing! Good day, sports fans. I'm Sandy Pondwater, and I'm coming to you from the EC12 Nationals. Now, this is race 3 on day 3. This is the second time we've seen A Fleet on the water. Officially, this would be called race 14, I believe. And we have a clean start. And I would think the favorites in this race would have to be Alex and Peter, as they've been racing really well. And it looks like most of the boats had a good start, but as we can see, one of the boats is already doing a penalty turn. I'm not sure who that was down there, but you can see back in the back. And Scott G has had a great start as he's out in the front. Now today they're racing 2 laps, and on this upwind leg, they actually have to go all the way up kind of to the top of the screen. There's 2 bright red balls, and they have to round them to port side before heading downwind, where there are 2 white balls that they have to go around to port. You can just kind of see way at the back. It's right where they had the start line. Currently, Peter is in 3rd place. And there's number 24, Joe. He's a very popular guy, being the secretary for the EC12s. But he has announced, if you saw the interview in the beginning of the video, he has announced that he is retiring. Effective actually probably about the time this race is taking place. Well, maybe a little bit later in the day. And look at those beautiful boats on the water. That's why I love EC12s. They've got to be one of the nicest looking boats out on the water. And you can see the red marks up the top of the screen. That's where they're heading. So these boats that are way down here by the shore, they've got a lot of ground to cover to go back up there. So sometimes the boats you feel like are winning the race really aren't, because there's a boat that's actually closer. You see how that white boat up at the top, he's actually closer now than some of the boats that appear to be in first. And there's the first mark, as you can see by the arrow. And remember, they're racing 2 laps today. This is lap 1, of course. One of the boats appears to not be making that mark up there. As you can see, well, he's kind of flapping in the wind. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. It's Scott G who missed the mark, and now he cranes right in front of 2 other boats, and he takes out number 24, number 2240. As he goes right in front of them. I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe he was having a hard time seeing that mark through all the boats, but he went right in front and caused a big collision which again caused more collisions. But as you can see, he did finally make it around the mark. And I'm sure he's going to do a penalty turn for that somewhere in here. Let's see if we see it. We might not. Depends if our camera stays on, I guess. Or if he in fact does one, right? But we'll see. And let's look at the other mark. And Scott G, we did see him do a penalty turn, but look at that. Up front, number 405 then misses the second mark. And let's see how he gets back in there. And one of the tricks is getting back into the flow of the boats without causing more wrecks. And look at that. He goes right in, and there we go. We got boats piling up. It's kind of tough, and sometimes you have to be patient. And number 405 actually took out Peter, and then number 65, Tom, comes into the pack and runs into them. And all this just makes it easier for Alex to walk away from them.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming up on the next set of marks, and remember, they are white, and they are rounded to port, just like they rounded those bright red marks up at the other end. Number 67, Richard, is currently in second place. And there's some commotion going on up there. Something about 05 protest, number 24, Joe, or maybe it was reversed. Our camera was not on it to find out what happened. Something was going on back up there, though. We're just not sure. It looks like number 24 may be pulling out a bit, so maybe the penalty was on him. And you can see there's the downwind marks right there, the white marks. And Alex has already went around the first one. He's about to go around the second before traveling back upwind.
6 minutes and 18.
And of course, Alex is still in first place.
We'll have no problem with this.
And here comes Richard,
He's the first to please no.
right behind him. And number 45, John, is currently in third place. That's a good race for John. And our crowd favorite, number 217, Liz, is in fourth place. Amazing. Let's just hope she keeps it all together so she can continue to work her way up. And 405 was in fifth. Alan's in sixth. And is it me, just me, or is number 67 gaining a little bit on Alex every so often? We'll have to keep a close eye on that. It did look like to me he was making up a little ground there. And look at, I think he's got a little bit closer right there. He's got a little bit more speed. The race is now officially halfway over. Look at that. He's about a quarter of a boat length behind. And I think he has caught up with the back of Alex. But remember, he's farther from the mark, so you have to add that in. So Alex puts the sunglasses on because he's happy. And here comes number 45. John's got to be real happy being in third place. And Liz, she's still in fourth place. And here comes number 405. He's got to be happy to be in fifth place after missing that mark. Remember, back up on the bright red marks, he missed the second one. So he's made up some ground. The boats are moving pretty good going upwind. And there's the back of the pack. We got four boats kind of grouped together coming around that second downwind mark. And you do not want to be in the back four boats. of the A fleet, because those are the boats that move down to B fleet. And then, of course, the top 4 boats that finished in the last race that B fleet have, they move up to A fleet. And we just heard a penalty going on, and of course Dave does do his penalty turn. So we didn't see exactly what happened, but I think it must have happened around that first downwind mark. You know, people talk to me all the time about Sail Wars, and the number one question they have is, how do you sign up so that you can subscribe? Well, you just have to get a account on YouTube and just sign up. From my experience, they don't send you any junk mail or anything. The only thing they do is when you sign in to YouTube, if you're signed in, they will suggest videos according to your liking. And look at that. We have a battle for 3rd place going on.
That's right, I remind myself all the time.
Oh, back to subscribing. It would be nice if everyone would support Sail Wars by subscribing to our channel. We now have well over 100 videos for your pleasure. And remember, everyone involved with Sail Wars is totally a volunteer. So we enjoy your support, and we love making these videos for our subscribers.
Oh, really? For your back. Yeah.
And look at this. Alex and Richard, they're going at it as they come around those downwind marks for the last time. When Alex turns this mark right there, yes, he is headed to the finish line. He's in the home stretch. And look at that. Those 3 boats are kind of bunched up. And those guys are really battling it out for 3rd place, unless one of our top 2 leaders make a huge mistake. John is in 3rd and Liz is in 4th. So Liz has held on to 4th this long. Peter is in 5th. That's a heck of a person to have behind you, a 2-time champion of this regatta. So let's see if Liz can hold Peter off. And there we saw the finish line. The white marks there. Number 105, he's going to go past a little bit, and then he's going to tack back, because he always wants to keep wind in his sails, but he's got to go between those 2 white marks to finish. And it looks like Richard is pretty much doing the same thing. He did cut it a little bit shorter.
105.
And number 105, Alex, wins race 14 of A fleet. Congratulations. And number 67, he is crawling towards that finish line. He better hope one of these faster boats doesn't catch up and whip right by him and steal 2nd place. He's creeping. All he's got to do is break that plane right there. He does it. Number 67, Richard takes 2nd place. Now, here's a problem. Look at 3rd place. Has a really bad angle, and I believe whoever that is going to get passed by number 14, who has some speed. That's what's going to happen. See, and sometimes when you tack, you just lose the wind.
14.
And number 14, Alan, takes 3rd place. Number 45 actually might get in there. He's still got wind in his sails, but he's going to have to tack. So my guess is 405 is going to slip in there. It looks like he's moving along. Let's see, 405 is going to take 4th place, followed
40.
by number 40. Peter takes 5th. And look at this
126.
boat hustling along. Had some good speed. Number 126, Jim, takes 6th place.
45.
And number 45, John, takes 7th place. And number 65, Tom, takes 8th place.
You have 65? 217. Way to go, Liz. Hang in there.
Liz takes 9th place.
I know. I thought you had that
So
nice
she
foot.
is safe from moving down to B3. One more boat.
Oh, yeah. So will the 8.
And then the last 4 all head down.
I don't know how that happened.
We have a big group of boats right there of 4. And then we have one more boat, number 99, kind of dragging behind them. So one of these 4 boats will move down, or not move down, to B Fleet for the next race. The other 3 boats we're looking at right now, they will move down, which they will definitely be trying to avoid. And there we see 05 Dave. He is battling right now with number 74 Scott G. Both of them desperate not to move down to B Fleet. And here they come to the finish line, just feet away. Dave has the advantage. He's got about a whole boat length lead. And Dave comes across in 10th place, sealing the fate
74
of Scott G, who takes 11th. Heading down to B Fleet, unfortunately. And number 24 is coming across.
It's actually really good.
24.
And number 24, Joe, takes 12th place, followed by
35.
number 35, Richard, who takes 13th place. And that leaves number 99 to take 14th place.
You ready to go?
The wind shift enough if everything is...
And that is Dave L. Here he comes right now. Sometimes that just happens, sports fans. You just don't get the wind or the brakes you need, and you get back in the pack. It's tough. I've been there. All right, here's your top 5. Congratulations to Alex and the rest of the winners.
Hi, I'm Don Hain. I'm the race director for this particular event here in the Villages. I'm also the Region 7 director for the AMYA. That's the American Model Yachting Association. It's a national organization to promote this very well-kept secret of radio-controlled sailing. I've sailed big boats all my life. I started crewing when I was about this tall on Snipes. I was fortunate one summer to sail on the American Eagle, a 12-meter, and when I was up in Lake Ontario. When I retired, I got down here, and I used to build half models for trophies for the big boats. And I stumbled into a model shop one day, and they had a whole lot of trains and a whole lot of airplanes. And there was one little half aisle of sailboats, and there was a Soling, which is a 1 meter long scale model of the former Olympic Soling, which is a 26-foot 3-man sailboat. And I said to the owner of the shop, I said, oh, I saw the insides of one of the radio control boats, and I had never seen that before. So I said, what, these actually sail? And he said, oh yeah, and he handed me a brochure, and he said, there's 3 local clubs. So I said, well, I've got to investigate this. So I drove down to the one in Punta Gorda, not knowing it was the largest club in the country. And they were down there sailing in the rain, and I said, these guys are crazy, I got to join them. So I said, I want to build a 12-meter. And they said, no. You want to buy a used boat. You want to learn there are differences between big boats and little boats. And you need to learn those and then go build, which I did, and which now I recommend to beginners. The other thing I found different was I thought I knew the racing rules up north, and down, we might discuss on the big boats for the next 10 minutes. We discussed the next buoy, what tactics we're going to use, we were going to change any sails. On little boats, you just wait 10 minutes and the race is over. The rules happen, everything happens really fast. So that was where I had to learn quite a bit. But you meet some really interesting people. I've met a helicopter crash in investigator, several doctors, lawyers, tool and die makers, a big boat designer, a couple of those, lawyers, tool and die makers, machinists, and some really great people. I met a fella in Punta Gorda that we got talking. I found out he was retired from the Coast Guard Academy, and he went to the academy the same year my best friend in high school went there. So I had to come to Florida, and about the next year at that regatta, the line judge and I were sitting there and we were talking, and he was an ophthalmologist, and he was the doctor of the guy that lived next door to me in the dorm. So I keep finding people all over the country that we all share in this. So it's a super sport, and there's many facets that you can get involved in. There's classes. There's 32 classes of boats, from a foot called the footy, all the way up to 9 feet, which is the scale model of the old J boats, which were 130 feet long, and they took 30 crew, which were paid back then. The owners were on the launch, and they watched their boats race up in New England. So it's you can buy them ready to sail, or anywhere in between. If you like making sails, if you like working with wood, you like working with fiberglass, or if you just want to race, there's a space for you in this sport.
This is Sandy Pondwater reminding you to please subscribe and share Sail Wars. It only takes a second and it shows us that you love our videos, so please subscribe. And if you're a webmaster for one of the clubs, please do us a favor and take the time to find our homepage on YouTube and copy and paste that link to your page somewhere on your club's website so everyone can find Sail Wars. Speaking of our homepage, this is what it looks like. There are hundreds of videos in all different ways to find them on there. Just click on those little tabs, and of course there's a subscribe button right there. Now if you're on a TV, make sure you just pause your TV and then go up to the little Sail Wars emblem, click on that. Again, the Sail Wars team would like to thank the nice people in the villages for having us. This is Sandy Pondwater. I'll see you at the pond.